Hello and welcome to the Simulation Soccer League. I'm Jiggly.
I'm TVC.
And this week is the first round of the SSL Cup. I mean, you're the one who has all the things.
Yeah, it is season 6. We don't have a graphic, unfortunately. I don't think we'll have one in time for our broadcast today. But I can tell you it's Athênai taking on Seoul. It's a Div 1 team taking a Div 2 team on Seoul, newly relegated to Div 2. So they still have quite a few players from their Div 1 squad. Athênai, on the other hand, look to be pretty well up there in the league. They are, I believe, in contention for the title at the moment.
Well, I've said that they're like kind of the forgotten team in the first division. That, we talk about Hollywood, Catalunya, and Athênai is just kind of there, but we just don't talk about them.
Yeah, they very much have flown under the radar, and I think it has a lot to do with how they have played in the past. They've been a more defensively sound team, not the most exciting of teams to watch at times, but have really shaped up to be one of the more exciting of teams of late.
And looks like Seoul is probably going to be... Ooh, wait, here's something. Danny Paul. That's blocked. We're seeing a couple of quick attacks here. Now 0-44. And there's a goal for 0-44. Finally getting used the way he wants to be.
Now, that is one of the players that Athênai brought in to really kind of bolster their attack. I mentioned earlier that they have been in years a little bit boring when it comes to the offense, and that man is here to change that. 0-44 known to finish very, very well.
Well, I will say that, for all of the games that I've seen of Athênai this season, with 0-44, they haven't really been, utilizing 0-44 the way that, he's best known for, which is a quick counterattack, breaking past the line, a really, just like a poacher, a real true poacher. And, we haven't seen that out of him that much. We saw it right there, and you see what happens when he's able to get into that sort of position.
Absolutely. We'll see it
Labovich. Barely saved.
Big save there from, I believe that is King Kong still. Longtime Seoul keeper. King Kong, I believe, playing for Seoul in his 4th season or 5th season. A.S to create.
Joker up to 44, and there's another one for 44. See what I'm talking about here.
Seoul are going to be disappointed to be carved apart so easily today. They are playing in a mega defensive formation. They have 3 at the back, a defensive midfielder, and 2 defensive wingbacks, and that happens.
Well, the thing to look at here is just that, usually when we see Athênai, they're trying to work their way forward, and we're seeing a whole lot more aggressive play from Athênai. They're pushing forward a whole lot more, and we're seeing that with 2 very quality chances for 44 and 2 goals.
Absolutely. Now, 44 has scored the 2 for Athênai, but it's not the only striker on their team. They actually have a 2-striker formation.
They have Levert, and usually Levert, there he is right now, scoring another one. Usually it's Levert who they have as the sort of, poacher, running striker. But I think that Levert is much more accustomed to that role that he just did right there, which is just be in the right spot, be that essentially a secondary option.
Absolutely. Jeffrey Levert works best when he has space. And 0-44 tends to draw defenders in around him. So it creates that space for Levert. I'm looking forward to watching these 2 develop over the season.
And I believe that was a header from Labovich. Well, I mean, it's very similar. I keep comparing 44 to Sam Kerr, which that's the other big thing about her style of play, which is that she was such a good player for the Red Stars that she just drew defenders elsewhere and helped create chances for other teammates. And you can see that with, if you have 44 and Levert, you're going to pay attention to 44, but Levert is still there and is still going to be very dangerous. And that's just what's going to happen. There's a shot from Fisher. That's saved.
It's a great one, too. Played by Jaeger, I think, the midfielder.
Jaeger with another shot.
So I do want to say, despite Athênai's offense looking incredible this season, the goals have been spread out through the team, not more than one goal across all their players until today.
I mean, I attribute that to that style of play, and I think that this is a style of play that really suits their star attacking player.
I agree. This style of play that could win championships. If I'm honest, I'm a big fan of the defense comes first mentality, build from the back.
There's 44 again, and that's a hat trick in the first half.
First half hat trick for Owen 44, fourth goal of the season for the Slovenian forward, and he continues to add to his incredible goal record in the cup competitions.
Those I don't know if I'd call that like an early cross or anything, but just like those long balls deep. And again, Owen 44 is so perfect at just being right on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not a ton you could blame on the Seoul defender there. That was played absolutely perfectly, timed to the millisecond. And yeah, there's not a ton you can do about that when you're facing Owen 44.
Jaeger to Labovich. And there's one for Labovich now.
An incredibly high-powered offense comes out to show for Athênai here. And I think this is actually the first of two legs.
Well, I don't know if the second leg is going to matter too much.
It might not. But if Seoul can grab a goal here, it would be an away goal. To do that, they would have to get a shot on the net. It's likely that they'll be looking to try to get that done in the second half.
I'm not seeing anything here. That's a 0.09 XG.
I mean, they have two shots.
They had those two shots at the beginning of the game. You look at yeah, they had one shot right at the beginning of the game, and then they had one shot somewhere around the 16th minute. That is absolutely you're not gonna see much out of this team the rest of the day. At this point, you just want to try to get something to at least have one goal.
Yeah. So with their I want to say this is a 5 or 6-2-2. There's a lot of defenders to emphasis here. Two midfielders, and then there are two attackers.
That's the risk of playing of setting up a defensive lineup where you can't really shift into trying to attack. If you have given up 5 goals and you're playing defensively and you can't switch away from playing defensively, you've lost the game already. You're not going to get that much back.
Will be interesting to see if they change anything coming out of halftime here. I don't believe either team had any subs.
Lizzie. Enormous. McGurk. And that's their one chance for the half.
And that was Bud Light McGurk, inter-London player on loan to Seoul. Interesting how that transaction occurred in the offseason.
Tell me more about inter-London in this game between Athênai and Seoul.
Well, it's connected to the player whom plays whose contract is owned by Inter London but plays for Seoul. I think it's relevant.
Mirrors up to Lavovic. Here comes another. Header from 44 goes over the bar. Fisher. That shot is saved. Lockyer with a big shot there. That's going to go over the bar. But we're seeing Athênai still maintaining that absolute dominance.
Yep, I think we do see a little less gas on the go, a little less oomph from the forwards now that they are up 5-0, but we're definitely seeing opportunities come their way.
Levert almost slipping that in, just barely saved, and for some reason that clearance bounced off of a player. And corner kick right to the center, but there was nobody there to get it.
So Kalibovic has 2 assists this season. That brings their season total to a 5 overall. They've played very well on that right-hand side.
Here comes Seoul trying to find something out of this match. Mertz. They're playing in the center. I think there's a lot of space out wide, and they're not really trying to exploit it. Here's Human over to Tenderloin, McGurk. Finding their way in, and shot from Paul goes over the bar.
Yeah, those wingbacks on those wide spaces have been instructed to stay a little further back.
And Paul's shot almost makes it in, but that is pushed aside by Anderson. It's going to be a corner kick now. And much going.
That was probably the best looking chance for Seoul this match so far.
Here comes another corner kick for Athênai. Levert can't get on it. Here comes Seoul again. Again, still looking to get something out of this match. De Silva! Nowhere close.
Two-legged affair, so again, an away goal would do Seoul good. However, only one means they would need to score 4.
Well, you know, there's an old Polish saying about going to the World Cup, and you know, first one is for points, second one is for everything, and the third one's for honor. Right now, just get points. And Levert's shot is blocked by Holmberg. Tried to chip the keeper, but Holmberg was fast enough to catch up.
Surprising play from Athênai here. They're still out for blood. Do you think they wind down by now? But nope, they're still looking for another.
Absolutely not. I mean, I've been the XG, it was 5-0 at halftime, but the XG was only like 1.3 or something like that. And the XG is up to 2.6 now. And they have not scored in that time.
extra clinical in the first half, and then in the second half, they've just not been as aggressive towards net.
I wouldn't say that's a lack of aggression. I think that's more of just less clinical. Whether you're aggressive or not doesn't matter if you can't actually get it in. They were able to get it in the first half, not getting it in the second half, as looks like we're about to hit double zeros. And there it is, full time. Athênai wins 5-0 over Seoul FC, Seoul Mythic FC, 27-7 in shots, 17-2 for on-target shots. And all 5 of those goals came in the first half. 0-44 with a hat trick.
First half hat trick, and then not a ton more for anyone on Athênai in that second half, but well played by Seoul defensively in the second half as well. Credit to their defenders. They made a lot of clearances that they just couldn't seem to get to in the first half, but unfortunate to not find the net this leg. That means they will go home with a 5-0 deficit.
Well, that means we're moving on to the next match. What is it going to be?
Catalunya and Paris, another D1 VD2 match. C.F Catalunya also in contention for that title. I believe at the moment they are in second. Actually, everyone is tied for first with 7 points right now. There's 5 teams tied for first.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of teams tied for first after that last sim. I think with we're not going to see these lineups. Oh, we are. No, we're not.
That is a little sad. So Athênai just played. So Catalunya are lined up in a 4-1.
Dogwood Maple off the kickoff. That's 12 seconds.
I can't even announce the lineup. Dogwood Maple doesn't care. He wants to score right now.
That looks like the old FIFA exploit. No, we're gonna call that 11 seconds, I think.
Wow, might be the quickest goal in the cup.
10.5 seconds, I think.
4th goal this season for the American forward. Yeah, and he's the beneficiary of a beautiful pass by Yerman. Who is that? Järvinen. They're playing in a 4-1-4-1. So it's an aggressive sort of formation with those 4 attacking midfielders.
Look, flop face to Maple, and that's another goal for Maple.
And that solo striker, Dogwood Maple. A.S Paris find themselves in a bit of a pickle very early on. It's not to be unexpected, unfortunately. A.S Paris are in Div 2 after having been relegated from Div 1 and are currently lined up in a 4-1-4-1 variation of their own, however, with a more defensive sort of midfield.
Well, I have a question for you about... I mean, you're the one who has the tactics in front of you. Is Paris playing in a defensive tactic?
They are playing on positive, but they're lined up pretty defensively in the sense that they have their 2 wingers playing in the midfield rather than their attacking midfield.
Well, you see, there's a problem.
They also
I think that we're not going to see too much extra out of them this game. Then after that, then.
They do have Papadopoulos up top, and he has been on fire for them this season so far. However, there is a difference in quality of play from Div 1 and Div 2.
There's Dogwood with another hat trick on this day, except Dogwood's done it a whole lot faster.
31 minutes into the match. I think 0-44 had his around 39 minutes. So about 10 minutes quicker. Papadopoulos looking on with a little bit of envy, I have to imagine. He wants a couple of those himself.
Well, I mean, you look over at XG here, 0.03. There has just been no chances for Paris. Catalunya has smothered them in this first half, and it looks like the first half is coming to a close. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's been a dominant half for C.F Catalunya. We're playing at home, so a excellent showing in front of the home fans. And 2 more assists for McFlopface today.
And we are going to get some substitutions now, likely from Catalunya, who like to make sure that Tabernia gets a chance out there. I think that we're going to see Mojo Rising as well. I mean, you're the one who actually has the subs.
Yes. Well, I can tell you that we will have a couple. JJ Okocha who will be coming out of the game, and Jackson Clark should be coming in. And then Mojo Rising should be coming out, and Awesome Possum should be coming in. Unless I got that the opposite way around.
Well, they are going right now. Oak trying to send Papadopoulos forward, but that's not going to work out.
Pity, I don't believe there are any subs for this match.
Oak puts it up for Papadopoulos! And that gets saved by Gunnarsson. Sends it off to the side.
Beautiful chance for Papadopoulos. Unfortunate to run into a keeper in fine form in Gunnarsson.
Pelletier over to Brishki. Cortez. Oh, they're having a party back there. And fortunately, the moment the ball gets out, then it's going immediately the other direction. McPossum. You know, Catalunya's got a lot of mix on their team.
In what sense?
Like got McPossum and McFlopface.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let me see. I think it's only McPossum and McFlopface.
Yes, but that's more than most teams.
That is more than most teams, I agree.
Well, things have seemed to slow down a bit.
I think there is there is no other mix anywhere else, I don't believe.
I'm waiting for someone to create a Soccer McSoccer face. Alistair puts it forward for Oak, but Oak just does not have the speed to get past Fist. Cortez. And that ball is given away. They're really attacking that corner there, but, I mean, it's not really being very helpful. Here's another chance for Catalunya. McPossum takes a shot after Newport goes down. Okamoto. They're really moving around that center of the park, and you're seeing it's just a casserole of players there, and McFlopface does get through. Horrible attempt on goal.
That's what we call a moonshot. Lucky fan will take that home.
That was a complete shank. Like, it wasn't that it went over the bar, it went well wide. Just a bit outside.
Nowhere close. But relief for A.S Paris.
Pelletier sends it in. And Alistair cannot get that shot off.
That's a big block by Järvinen there. Juha Järvinen playing very far up. It's interesting to see him run into the midfield like that. We see it in the modern game quite often. That
Järvinen's up in the attack right now. Yarvadin's higher than the striker. There's Okamoto. Maple, and there's a 4th goal for Maple.
Oh, flag does stay down, so it looks like this is going to stick. A 4th for C.F Catalunya, and it's been well deserved. They played well on their day and have had dangerous opportunities. Just makes up for the McPossum missed earlier. So McFox.
Well, we know that this game has already gotten well out of hand for Paris. They could have gotten at least 1 goal. I could have given them something. Would have given them something for the second leg, but
well, still 15 seconds left. They could see it happen.
They gave up a goal instead of getting 1 goal. If it ended 3-1, they might have a chance. But 4-0 is the final score. Catalunya 14-3 on shots. We're going to see this a lot today with many of these D1 teams facing D2 teams.
Yeah, just a gulf in the difference of quality I've found, and I really kind of enjoy these tests because you can get to see just where some of the D2 teams are, and it gives you a good idea as to who's ready. Who's ready to come up. It'll be an interesting season.
Yeah, very defensive 4-2-3-1 that they were playing there. And we move on to the next game. So which one is it?
So next up, we have Cairo taking on Accra. This is a D1 versus D1 matchup. So one of these 2 teams that will be unfortunately eliminated by the end of this round. Cairo were Cup finalists last year, having their run extended all the way into the last game. Unfortunately, they did fall short to the season, I think, double winning season for Sydney City, who will eventually take home the cup in that match.
Well, I mean, you've got Accra, who has a lot of old Sydney players as well. The big thing here to me is that, Cairo, it seems like they just know how to play. I don't think they're really good at playing in the league, but they have that ability in, they can play a tournament. They know how to win 1 game.
Yeah, they have the ability to just find the next level in a singular matchup. They can't find it consistently, but when they need it, they can. See, they're playing in a standard 4-3-3 defensive midfielder with wide attackers.
There's possible. Plays it in. A header hit the bar. I didn't even see it hit the bar. I thought that went over, but play continued. Did not amount to anything, but that was interesting.
Now, what's interesting is Accra's formation. They're playing in a 4-3-3 defensive midfielder with those wide attackers as well. However, it's looking a little different for them. Their wingbacks have been instructed to cut inside. So they'll be playing in a very inverted sort of shape and very aggressively as well.
Well, that's the thing that you want to see out of a tournament is you just have to be aggressive, especially in that first game. Be aggressive in the first game. Try to get up points, and then the second game you can try to hold firm. Even if you don't have the home game in the second game. There's Xhaka. Shot is saved. That's a very dangerous back pass, but sure, go off.
That was one of the aggressive attacking fullbacks there. Xhaka playing on that right-hand side looked more like an inverted forward there.
Long play up to Selic. Rigmarole. Don't have many guys in the box there, and yeah, they're going to stay outside the box.
Probing now, or Accra.
Druid And that's Selich. And Accra goes up 1-0.
And they found a hole.
That's the importance of getting guys in the box. You see there, they got 4-5 guys in the box there, and Cairo scrambling to cover all of them.
So that is Constantine Selich's third goal this season.
Noodle to Torres, and they got one back. I'm looking up at the assistant referee, and they are gonna give it.
Flag to stay down. That's surprising. It looked close. Oh, wow.
Just on Black.
Malachi Black keeps him onside.
Just barely.
We're going to get an offside cam here. No, it was a fair gap.
I think that, at times like that, I just say I think the line was drawn in the wrong spot.
That's fair. Torres, fourth goal this season for the Spaniard, who has really found his form since Asperqueta has moved on to City. We'll see them play a little later on today.
Ansa. Sinclair with a big shot. Not quite a good idea, but took it anyway.
Hey, with the match winding into halftime, they say shoot your shot.
Well, this is the closest match that we've seen so far today.
Absolutely. It's nothing more or less than I would expect from our D1 matchup.
Corleone up to Druid. Lays it off for Shaka. And they're going to pull back a bit now. Corleone up to Rigmarole. And the shot is saved by the Heretic. Just barely pushed around.
I was going to say, this is what Accra do so well, though. They pull Cairo defenders out of position by falling back a little bit and then just find that quick gap.
Well, I was going to say, we might see this again, but if you notice, the way that Accra plays is they just put a lot of guys on that line waiting for there to be some sort of break.
Yeah, they're always pressing, always pushing. I love to see the way Constantine Selic presses in this formation.
Middle up to Torres. Torres is free. Takes the shot, and that's in. Cairo takes the lead in the 52nd minute right now. Franco Torres.
Second goal of the match, fifth of the season for the Spaniard. Will be likely looking for the third hat-trick of the day. Brilliant sort of through ball there by Noodle. Threads it through two defenders, puts it into the path of Torres, and crisp finish from the Spaniard.
Well, do you think we're going to get a third hat-trick?
I think it's likely. Torres has been on
Sinclair
fire.
up to Kemoyatu. Kemoyatu takes it back.
Flag also stays down for this one. So a brilliant answer from Accra.
No, Ansa was on the left side.
Ansa was on the left side. Wow. That just froze the Heretic. Great goal.
Ansa again. Selic, it goes in! The Heretic does not hold on to that ball, and it rolls over them.
Takes a bounce on them and a bounce off the Heretic. Not enough of that to keep it out. Just off the fingers and into the back of the net. And a brace for Celtic. It's both forwards looking for their hat-trick goal now.
Accra is in the lead now. They've taken it back. União puts it up for Torres.
Ooh. Larocque able to deny Franco Torres another there. Now these 3 goals for Accra are massive. Even if they give up 1 here or 2, there is a second leg to come, and they have 3 away goals.
I know we got a pronunciation guide for that player's name, and I just completely forgot it.
It is buried somewhere in the depths of my memory. I apologize.
And also buried somewhere in the depths of the commentary chat.
I thought I pinned it. I'll go find it later.
Accra again. Looking to solidify their lead. Druid is free on the right wing. Sends it in. Popped up in the air. Is cleared away, but there's still danger here for Accra. Back to Sinclair. Shot is blocked away by Toastman.
Corner, though. Not over yet.
And that goes out for a throw-in. Going to maintain pressure now. Ansa. Corleone. Back to Ansa. Rigmarole.
Really pushing for a 4th here.
And Black's header goes well over the bar. Now it's time for Cairo for essentially one last chance. They did not get it. Time is running out. Ansa. Lays it off for Rigmarole. Corleone. Sinclair with a shot. Sinclair's tried that a few times and has not worked.
Yeah, no, I think if they just settle the ball for 1 second, take the shot at a slower approach, that maybe they had a little more luck, but the one-timer not quite working for them today.
And Cairo again. Foiled again. Looking for anything here as time is ticking down. One last attack now. And they give it away. And Accra just boots it off to the corner, hoping for the end of the game. And there it is. Accra win this one 3-2. And you look at the way that this game has gone, and it definitely could have gone a different way.
I think that both teams are going to be happy with the way their offense played, and a little bit sad by how their defense played. Accra's looking like their defense did play well. They have great ratings, but the 2 goals that Cairo did score will testify that Cairo were dangerous at times.
Well, that means we're moving on to the next game. Which one is it?
Well, next we have Sydney City taking on Montreal, a D1 versus D2 matchup, though Sydney City are currently tied for the title at the beginning of the season, looking like favorites to be relegated after all the offseason transactions.
Yeah, I think that Montreal is a team that has a very specific style of play that I like watching, or at least they used to, which was the hold back, move them around, and then make sure that opposing team comes up a bit too far and then strike at them. But at this point, like, how did they finish in the last season? I completely forgot. In the second division.
I think they finished last year second from the bottom. No. They just barely missed out on promotion. But I'll be honest, I think there are 6 teams in Division 2, and 4 of them were in contention for promotion. So, not the greatest measure, but they were in there in that race.
There's Hulkavoto up to Rivers. And that's going to be blocked. This is probably one of the few matchups between a D1 and a D2 team where you can think that D2 team might have a chance, especially with the big changes that have come to Sydney.
Absolutely. Though credit to Montreal, they've done a really good job rebuilding. They've retooled to the point where...
Rivers! And that's off the post on the outside.
Unfortunately, the second chance there for Rivers that he has just put onto the outside of or around the net.
That was a big shot there.
So Sydney City are playing in a very narrow, what I would call a 4-4-2. Now, they have 1 defensive midfielder and 3 central midfielders.
Well, I think they're also one of those teams that is trying to exploit half spaces, but I'm not sure how effective that will be, especially with how. Oh, there's Rivers, header. That's saved. They're really clogging up that midfield, and I don't know if they want to do that.
Yeah, I see it now. The 2 wide players in the midfield playing on the Salas. That's why we're seeing Rivers drift off into the wide space so often. But it doesn't really help their midfield solidity when the players that are supposed to be there often are not.
Well, it's been a fairly quiet game as we're already to halftime. Not much going on here.
Wow. Sydney City not able to get anything done in the first half at home. Montreal will be likely happy to see double eggs on the board. They are playing in a more positive sort of style, are Montreal. So looking to take the front foot, are they?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more aggression out of Montreal than I think we've seen from any of these D2 teams so far today.
Now, I don't know if any subs are coming on for Montreal. I do think there are subs coming on for Cairo.
You mean Sydney?
No.
You said Cairo.
I did say Cairo. Yep. So subs are coming in for Sydney City then. And Claflin coming out of the midfield. Lopta should be coming in. And I believe it is Free Kick that's coming out. But I don't think Free Kick was in the game.
No, I saw Free Kick out there.
Free Kick's playing as a right back now. Originally a midfielder. Moving into the right back position, I think, in the offseason. But Free Kick is coming out. Carbone coming in. So likely going to be a right back swap there.
Well, we're just going to have to wait for the second half to start because there wasn't really much to say about that first half. And here is the second half. Montreal trying to start something. Lorien. Horrible miss for Noir. Was offside. But that just hit the post. That's probably the closest we've seen to a goal all game.
I think that is certified problem in net for Sydney City. Made a really good save. Didn't need to, but made a really good save.
Well, there's Duke making a save on a Spilqueta.
That is the rookie, Brian Duke. So good showing from him today.
Noir. Back to Peterson. Montreal trying to work their way in and cannot get it.
They get the shot off. It's just wasn't a very good one.
Well, Rivers now puts it in. Okavoto. That goes wide. We're seeing a bit more out of these two teams here.
As the defense tires, we're going to see a little more space from both sides. Sydney City's team is meant to exploit these spaces. But Montreal been known to be very good on the counter.
Lorien to Justice. That's not going to work. Funyuns puts it in. Guess not. It's back to Funyuns. Working around that side. Try to recycle over, but it is a horrible giveaway. Zayed puts it up for Spilqueta. Spilqueta is free on goal. And that's a chip, and it's in. Sydney is in the lead.
Connor Spilqueta, a clinical sort of forward. Has had a couple of tough seasons at Cairo, coming over to Sydney City where he is the lone striker, going to find his form again, except he is actually not the lone striker. He's playing with Zaid. He's though playing on the more aggressive role of the two.
He's playing the 9.
He's playing the 9. Zaid's more playing more of a 10 role in the 9 position. He's playing as a false 9.
Well, there's Peterson. Montreal trying to get that one back. And they do! Jake Justice right up in front of Problem.
A lapse in judgment from the Sydney City defender there. He loses his man completely, and he just taps that in. Yeah, there's nothing Brian Duke could have done about, Certified Problem could have done about that one. We've got a tie game.
We are level once again now. Spilqueta puts it through for Hulkavoto. Hulkavoto's free. And there's another goal for Sydney.
Hulkavoto all the way from the midfield. We've seen him crash the attack a couple of times. Has really found a positive way to impact the match today and finds the score sheet with a beautifully placed shot.
Montreal again. Down by a goal. Trying to put some pressure on them to get a quick turnover. Doesn't look like they're going to get it. So it's sent over. Rivers to Spilqueta. That's going right in front of Duke. Quetta now. Up to Olkivoto again. That one is going to be saved.
Brian Duke has looked really, really good for Montreal this season. Continues to do so in this game. Despite those 2 goals, he's played really well.
Well, it's Quetta Zayed. That's off the bar.
He's had some help, though. Definitely a lot of equipment to thank after this match.
Oh, but less than 5 minutes left now for Montreal to try to get one back and tie it up. Here's Olkivoto again, though, for Sydney. Off the outside of the post again.
He's been greedy with those chances, Olkivoto. More keen to take the ball himself and show the team what he can do.
With a good chance in the center of the box. Can't quite get around it.
And that was a good save by Certified Problem in the right place at the right time.
Over to Noir. And that goes over the bar. And we're going to close it on the final minute here. Are they going to get one more chance? Here's Wartooth. Sends it over to the other side. Switches play to Peterson. And they're not going to get that cross in as the game ends. Sydney wins 2-1. And, I mean, you look at the XG there. 3 goals, 3 XG. And, I mean, 1.5 goals for Montreal. This was a fairly close game when you looked at it.
Yeah, no, actually says it wasn't, but I disagree. I think this was a very close matchup. I think Montreal can be proud of the way they played. And holding Sydney City to 1 goal here, 1 goal advantage here. Going home is going to be good. They have 1 away goal. So what that means is they just need to score 1 at home.
Well, here we go with the next game. What is it?
Next up, we do have Hollywood versus Kaapstad.
Well, I can talk about this one. This matchup, obviously, we all know about, the Hollywood is one of those long, they've been great for a long time. And, I think we're going to see something interesting out of Kaapstad, knowing how they have no chance.
Yeah, Kaapstad playing in D2 this year. They were in the race to get promoted last year, fell unfortunately short in the last match day. They'll be taking on title contenders Hollywood FC.
And we look here, almost immediately Hollywood gets in behind. And Kaapstad is playing in an incredibly aggressive formation. It's just 2-2-2-2-2. They have 2 attacking midfielders, 2 strikers, 2 midfielders, both in attacking roles, 2 wingbacks, and only 2 center backs.
So really throwing it all against the wall here versus Hollywood in the first match, the first leg.
Just trying to see what they can do here. As I said earlier, we saw some very, defensive play against Division 1 teams, but we're seeing an incredibly aggressive play here as Nagatoro to O'Rourke. And we're going to see a lot of that, just absolute mismatch in terms of numbers.
I hope so. It's
on
going
both
to be,
sides.
It's going to be fun to see, because what's happening over on the Hollywood end of this is they're playing in a 4-2-4, which means they have 2 strikers and 2 attacking midfielders in the wider positions. They're
that's called wingers.
They do have
those are wingers.
Not necessarily. Liang Kai playing on that left-hand side, playing on the inverted sort of winger role. Wouldn't quite call him a winger.
So,
no, I would call a winger.
The big thing here with the Kaapstad defense is that what you're really going to see is just, with those 2 defenders, they're putting a lot of trust into those 2 guys to actually do something with that defensively. Is O'Rourke? Really, they're throwing.
No, he's on shot there.
But you look at this mismatch up here, the numbers mismatch. This is in their own end, and they're being outnumbered.
Yep. Well, the reason for that being is that Hollywood only have those two midfielders. They do have one defensive midfielder in Putinus sitting in the more anchor man, sweeping at the balls between the center backs. But
Larson,
Rashford,
it's free. Oh, and it's just off the inside of the post.
absolutely great chances for Kaapstad. Really overwhelming Hollywood in that midfield there. Rashford, as I was mentioning, more of an attacking role, so we won't see him in the midfield very, very often.
This is where it's going to be very dangerous for Kaapstad. Okay, they got it back, actually. And here's O'Rourke, and there's a goal! The Division 2 team! And it's offside.
Nearly scores a goal-ahead goal. Unfortunately, O'Rourke just, I think, inches offside. We won't get a replay of that.
Gerard gets around Valor, puts it in. Bobby's header is a bit too far away, and that's going to be an easy catch for Lualua. And we're seeing, they do have a lot of possession in this final third, and it's weird how, a lot of it has to be desperation defense, but, sometimes desperation defense just works.
Absolutely. Brilliant tackle there from the Kaapstad defender. I think that is Camavinga, or is it Athlete that made that tackle?
That may have been Athlete. Here's Gerard again on the wing, sends it in, and not close enough to the goal to really be considered anything that interesting there. Nagatoro has come back to get the ball now. Lets it get away from her as they do collect it again. Seeing a bit of a struggle here from Kaapstad, connecting from the defense to the attack. But they're still maintaining some level of presence in the defense. Hollywood has not gotten a goal yet, and that's different from a lot of the D1 versus D2 games that we've been seeing today.
We will see how long that stands, though. I'm surprised to see neither of these teams on the scoreboard.
Bobby's got a chance, and that's pushed away by Camavinga.
The two defenders from Kaapstad matching up with the two forwards from Hollywood very well.
Possible sends it in. It's a bit heavy there. Bobby's got it now. Tries to send it in himself. And that header from Jones goes just wide.
Just an inch or two wide outside of the bar. Unfortunate for Jones there to not see that to hit the bar and go in. He's seen it happen before.
It's incredibly interesting to see, with how aggressive Kaapstad is playing, that they have not given up a goal yet, and they also haven't scored a goal either.
Yeah, it's been an action-packed match for Cap so far. 39 minutes, I think. No, 36.
There's Valor. I'm sorry, I said Valor, covering the Hollywood player.
I think there's a Valor on both teams.
No. Valorian was in the last game, I believe.
Yes, and Vidal Valor no longer plays for Hollywood.
Crucis. Yes, that is Vidal Valor playing for Kaapstad.
Oh, the
Yes.
return game for Vidal Valor then. I completely missed that dynamic.
Athlete sends it forward. And Taka gets in behind Athlete. And clears it away. Making up for their own mistake.
I think that was a save from Lualua initially, and then a clearance from Athlete.
As we're getting close to halftime here. We're hitting halftime here, and wow. Just the defense being pulled off by Kaapstad. I mean, as I keep saying, like, they're playing with only 2 center backs right now. They only have essentially 2 defenders back there, and they're handling one of the best attacks in the league. I am just completely impressed, and we're not going to see any changes at halftime now. TVC, are you still there? TVC?
Sorry. I got a phone call.
Well, we are already in the 53rd minute. Possible. Moves it up the right flank. Sends it in. Bobby's header goes over the bar.
We've seen a few of those for Hollywood. They've come awfully close and just haven't been able to fine-tune their attack. We haven't seen Kaapstad really punish yet, but they do have the ability to do so very quickly.
And Kwai into Rashford. That shot's not going to trouble Lualua. It's pretty close. Should have made some sort of reaction there, but does not happen. Athlete tries lumping it forward again. And, you know, I think the big problem right now for Kaapstad is those balls being lumped forward, not quite connecting.
Yeah, we're seeing a very zone-like defense from Kaapstad. They're content to let Hollywood kind of sit on the ball at the moment. Not a ton of heavy pressing happening, but at the same time, they're very, very careful to keep the ball out of their particular danger zones.
Well, here's Rashford breaking free, but Pekra gets in front of Rashford. And we're moving all the way back again.
Something to keep an eye on.
Larson's free. And there's a goal for Kaapstad, and this one's going to stay on the board.
We'll keep an eye on Jakob Larsson there. Larsson coming in the attacking midfield sort of position, crashing in as that third sort of forward, finds a space. That's a missed tackle.
Possible commits way too heavy on that tackle. And Kaapstad is in the lead.
And F.C Kaapstad find their way in front.
And there it goes.
Ricky Bobby with an immediate answer. Hollywood have come close a couple times this match, particularly that man right there. And that
Lualua commits a bit too far ahead on that. If you're gonna come, yeah, I guess that was a close offside then. But
perfectly timed by Hollywood there.
If you're gonna come out on a free kick like that or a cross like that, you have to get to the ball, because otherwise they have a better chance than you.
Yeah, and it is hard to contest against the 6'10" frame of Ricky Bobby. He's a being forward known to tower above his opposition.
Kamavinga lumps it forward, and that's not going to be very helpful.
I will say though, Lualua has found a way to be on top of the majority of those chances from Ricky Bobby. Really only that one off the free kick that beat them.
And that pass from Nagatoro gets cut out. And Hollywood is back again. Kamavinga covering Bobby. They're going to try to pump the ball back in, I think. There's possible. Into the box to Bobby. And not going to get much off that one.
Ricky Bobby with a really good look there. It seems that when Hollywood is able to get the time, they can find these sort of spaces.
Zimmer plays it well for Nagatoro. And that's going to be blocked, but the I think it was a shot from Nagatoro. It was blocked by Costanza.
I agree, and Sterling able to get to the bounce there.
Then Kwai, shot blocked by Krustis. Out for a corner.
So a dynamic to keep an eye on is the fact that many Kaapstad players are on yellow cards. We will see if that results in anything in the last 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, we're closing less than 5 minutes left. Camavinga pushes it forward.
Ooh, that was an aggressive tackle by Cruz. Just gets away with that one there.
And the header goes over the bar from Ricky Bobby. Hollywood trying to work their way around. Jones is in. Lua saves it. It's cleared out for a corner again. Gerard sends it in. And that goes over the bar.
Hollywood have found a way to be very dangerous looking on these set pieces.
Here's a quick turnover. Taka, saved by Lua.
Amazingly onside there. Uh-oh, don't turn it over here.
Very close to full time now. Will there be one more attack for either team? Here's G Fuel.
Could be for Kaapstad.
Cross in. Hollywood is back on it. Are they going to have enough time? There's Bobby up the right wing. Plays it off to Jones, whose pass is...
Who plays it back to
Yikes.
Bobby, but Bobby's already gone!
Yikes, buddy. And that's it! Hollywood and Kaapstad 1-1. You look at the XG there. Hollywood absolutely battering 34 shots to 5. But
wow.
they remain firm. Lua absolutely deserves man of the match in this game.
Yeah, Lua incredible for Kaapstad. The ratings will say that they are very lucky to come out with a 1-1 draw. The score sheet will, the XG will say similar, but I think they played really well. I think that they were, they had a couple good looks at the net. Had they been more clinical, we could have seen a 2 or 3 goal lead for them.
You know, that's the whole thing about that, and you know that was the whole like goal of that tactic, to try to get aggressive in a way that the opposing team was not expecting. And it's interesting to see that. Well, who's up next?
So ending us off is going to be a D1 matchup. It's SC Tokyo taking on Sao Paulo. Nope, it's Tokyo SC, Tokyo Sporting Club. Sao Paulo taking on the, I believe, one-time reigning champions. Not reigning. They are season 3, I want to say. No, 4. I completely forget. But at one point, they won the title. Sao Paulo newcomers to the Division 1. They are Division 2 promotion winners. They snuck up on the last match day. And they have done well so far. Currently sitting in 7th with 3 points through 4 matches, 1 win.
Here's Sao Paulo. Well, I guess not. As Hayden gets forward. Hayden with the shot, and that's saved over the bar by Rage.
And Rage making a big save, bailing out the defense there, which, by the way, for how many there are, did not look very good. Sao Paulo playing in a 4-2 3, I want to say, but it's more like a 4-1-4. They have an attacking midfielder, their 2 wingers, and then the striker, and they have a singular man in the midfield in a more box-to-box sort of position.
Here's Tokyo now. Nesse. Back to Soderberg. Nesse. Puts the cross in. And that's not doing much.
Now, Tokyo are also playing with a bit of a 5-back formation. They're playing with the 3 center backs, and then they have their 2 attacking wing backs. They're playing in a 5-2-1-2 narrow. So they've got their 2 central midfielders, then 1 attacking midfield, then their 2 strikers up top there. Should be a fun matchup if I'm honest, but hasn't been so far this match. Been a little bit dry.
That's puts it forward for Biscuit. And that shot is saved by Berger.
That is the best looking chance of the match so far from Tokyo. Sorry, Sao Paulo.
Well, we're moving forward in this match at an alarming rate.
We're really breaking through this game. I'm surprised. Neither of these formations seem to be doing anything, but they should be.
There's Visser up the left wing. Back to Isagi. Visser puts it in, and that's not going to do much, but it is still in the possession of Tokyo. And Soderberg's shot goes off of somebody and out.
It is a corner, though, so a chance to bring everyone forward. Ooh. Just wide.
Kaido. And that chance goes wanting.
Was that a save from the keeper or a miss
That
from
was a
Shinji
save.
Kaido?
That was a save.
That was a save by Adam Mage.
Soderberg plays it wide. Visser with a very quick cross, but it does not get to anyone. And Tokyo's going to have to try to set up again. Soderberg, Nesse. Plays it into Soderberg. Soderberg crosses it. I mean, works out anyway as Rise scores, but I think they're going to call that one back. Soderberg was the one offside.
And just a foot offside she was. A really good looking chance for Tokyo there, but unfortunately that will be taken off the board.
As we reach halftime, Tokyo has definitely been the more aggressive team, as you see there, but I mean, there's just not much going on here.
Yeah, both teams are more content to kind of sit on the ball at this point and feel the match out. We're seeing Tokyo really kind of get a good idea as to where the spaces in Sao Paulo's defense are, and I think our simmer forgot to hit the transition button. Indeed we did. No subs, as you can see, and we'll be moving on to the second half.
Well, if there's no subs, we don't need the transition.
We always need a little transition in our life. Well, at least I do.
I was going to let you make that joke. I was about to say it. I was like, no, you should be the one to say it.
Thank you.
Nesse. Can't get that pass through. Here's Soderberg now.
Try that from a different angle.
That's the big thing about clogging up those areas. And a veer to Biscuit, and Biscuit doesn't pick up the ball.
That's a great press for a bit by Soderberg there to pressure the ball off into a turnover.
Hayden, Nese. Nese plays it forward to Kaido.
Shinji Kaido, that's a second great save by Adam Rage on Shinji Kaido. Really good chances for Kaido. We've seen it this season so far. Hasn't been really great at burying those opportunities.
We're about to hit the hour mark now, and we are past it.
Yeah, we're missing a critical edge from either team here.
Fred, Ayadele. Well, now it's up to Thessenwitz. Ayadele. Biscuit is right in front of the net and cannot get that one in.
I think that was blocked and cleared off the line by a Tokyo defender, and it will reset as they turn it over to Sao Paulo deep in their zone.
Getting deeper now, and there's Kaido to Visser. Turns it over in the midfield. Now here's Sao Paulo. Biscuit. And that cross is blocked, and they're going to clear it out to no one in particular, and Sao Paulo picks it right back up.
Yeah, really kind of a poor choice of a clearance there.
Fred back to Inclan. And that shot goes over the bar.
And that's another moonshot, another ball home to a fan, Tokyo fan there. I think the Tokyo stadium is really cool.
Rise. Visser. Can't quite do much there. Now it's Sao Paulo. Biscuit. Ayadele. They have friends. Here's Fred. That shot doesn't get close. And I think both of these teams need to pick it up. Coming on the final 10 minutes of this game here.
Yeah, either team will be looking for a goal. It's a two-legged affair, so I don't think either team will be upset with the draw, but a goal would certainly help their causes.
Biscuit is broken free. And that's blocked by Versetti.
Versetti to Resetti to play with a corner here.
Lexington? Okay, I guess not. Thessenwitz just sort of runs out.
Thessenwitz, former Tokyo player.
And one last chance here for Sao Paulo to get something out of this game. I guess not. And here's Tokyo's last chance. And I guess not for them either. Ball goes into the corner.
Wow, what a good representation of what this game has been.
And it's going to go out with a whimper.
An absolute nothing ball.
Final score, it is scoreless, 0-0. Both teams projected by XG to score 2 goals in this match. Neither of them really did anything that would say that they could.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what XG saw that we didn't. I'm sure there was a good opportunity or two, especially towards the end of that first half for Tokyo. But both defenses playing very, very, very well. And it looks like I did get the Sao Paulo formation wrong. They're playing in a 4-2-4, I believe.
Well, That's going to do it for this round of games here. But what do you think was the most interesting game? I obviously have a very specific answer for myself, but what about you?
Cairo and Accra. What an incredible game from both sides. A 2-3 lead for Accra going into the home leg. For them, Cairo will need to score an away goal, but that won't be enough. They need to score more than one away goal because Accra have 3, so that's going to be in a really exciting matchup.
I still think that Kaapstad Hollywood game was very interesting to watch. That the formation put out by Kaapstad was one that had pretty much no meaning other than this is a cup game. We're just going to try something. And they came out of it with an actual result.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching how Hollywood respond as well in the second leg. I'm sure there will be a different sort of approach as they come to Kaapstad, Cape Town. The other one I'm excited for, I believe, is the tie. I think it was Sydney City and Montreal that tied up. So
I believe Sydney actually took the lead late. Yeah, that was Sydney. Sydney won that one 2-1.
2-1, yes. I apologize. Yeah, a late goal. So I'm going to be interested to see how if Montreal can respond at home. It is only a 1-goal differential between the two. So.
Well, at least we didn't have only blowouts this round.
Yeah, good selection of matches.
The first couple were a bit off, but we got more interesting as we went on, and then as we both said, ended with a bit of a whimper with Tokyo and Sao Paulo.
Yeah, it's always a bit unfortunate to end the day on a 0-0 draw, but good defensive play from both teams, and that's a highlight for someone, I'm sure.
Well, that's going to be it for us. I'm Jiggly.
I'm TVC.
Thank you for watching.